For so many of us, our relationship with food is complicated. It's shaped by how we grew up, cultural beliefs, what social media tells us, and even those quiet, unspoken rules we carry about what's good or bad to eat. And often we don't even realize how much those ideas affect our daily choices, our mental health, and how we treat our bodies. So today, we wanted to ask, why is it so important to have a better, healthier relationship with food? And how do we start those conversations with the people that we care about?
Well, sometimes that can be a fully loaded question, but I'm going to break it down very simply. So it's just like I said when I first started, right? The love of food. Everything that we deal with, whether or not it's positive or negative, involves love. And I think that this is a great underlying denominating factor that we're going to discuss throughout. From the time that we were in the womb, right, that's when we actually created our relationship with food. Now, of course, it was through our mothers, right? Sometimes our mothers, were prone to enjoying this, really not liking that, and that basically affected us as well too. Chances are, if you go and ask your mom, like today or tomorrow, hey mom, what did you really, really like? Or what did you really dislike, while you were pregnant with me? And chances are you either have a love, right, or a disdain, for the same particular aspect. And then think about, right, when there's that emotional connection, there's an emotional attachment, right? When we want to celebrate, when people are coming over, when we feel bad, when we feel sad. Oh, great, when we're celebrating, when people basically, want to, feel good. What do we turn to? We turn to food. Food is love. But just like any particular relationship, there is sometimes bad love and there's sometimes good love. And sometimes you also got to tap in. Relationships is about communication, and it's two-way communication. It's not just one person saying this or one person saying that. And food will let you know right away whether or not it's a good relationship or a bad relationship. So it's more so just understanding your relationship with food, just as any particular other great relationship. It's understanding the good factors and the bad factors, which we'll get into.
So in your line of work, how do you realize that your clients are starting to have this more negative struggle in the relationship with their food?
Food is going to allow you, yourself, and it's a personal relationship, right? Relationship. The most important relationship that you can ever have, if you're spiritual, will be, the second most relationship and most important relationship that you'll ever have is with your body. And your body talks to you through signs and symptoms. Some things or whatever like that. Signs, of course, being the stuff that basically you can see, and basically the stuff that you can feel. And food will quickly show you, right, what it likes, what it doesn't like. If you're eating, let's say for instance, too much, it's going to send you signs. Whoa, the belly, oh no. Or, right, oh my gosh, every single time I eat that, I break out. Or, let's say for instance, you eat something and you just feel, oh, right? So when you feel something as opposed to see something, that's more so of what we call a symptom. Okay, so it's recognizing those symptoms. I think that people really need to understand when it comes to nutrition, there's two key factors I always want you guys to remember. The first one is knowing what the foods that you ingest or that you consume do for you, and more importantly, what, right, the foods, right, that you eat, right, and what your body needs at any given time. So again, what do the foods that you eat do for you and what your body requires at any given time? When you can combine those two particular factors, which we'll talk about more and more, right, that's when you'll have quote-unquote success.
If you're watching at home and wondering if this applies to you, here are a few common signs that you might be dealing with an unhealthy relationship with food. So, first of all, feeling guilty after eating certain foods, constantly thinking about what you ate and what you should eat next. So there's a little bit of anxiety when it comes to that. Avoiding social events because of the food anxiety, that is a tough one to swallow. Using food as a reward or punishment. I know a lot of people stuck in that situation, and it's really tiresome. And remember, this isn't about blame, it's about awareness. So Anthony, what are some of the ways people you've worked with get over this hump, if you will? How do you even start mending these relationships with food?
It's all about awareness. Again, I'm gonna always bring it back to, right, a really relative term, relationships, right? The better relationship that we have is the more that I know you, is the more that I listen to you, is the more that I know what you want, what you need, what you like, and what you don't like, okay? Food, first we gotta understand, what is food anyways, right? Food is fuel. Food provides us with energy, but it also balances us out because we're organic, right? So we're organic matter. You know, when they say dust to dust, dirt to dirt, okay? So the same organic matter that we're made of, we need to balance ourselves out from an internal homeostasis perspective with the foods that come from the ground, which basically balances us out. So the reason why we ingest food in the first place is supposed to be for fuel. Want to know something crazy? I always start off and tell people that food, you can actually, from back in the days, grab 2 handfuls of nice, fresh, right, organic, untouched soil, and you'll have all the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that you need to balance out for that particular day.
It's already in the soil.
It's already there, but we're not kids anymore.
We're not putting that soil in our
I'm
mouth.
pretty sure every single one of you guys have had soil before and dirt before, and you know what it tastes like.
Dirt. Yeah, that's
right?
literally what's happening.
Right, but however it is that basically you want to call it, you know, whether or not it's, God above or the universe or whatever, decided to put it, right, put these dirt or these soil forms into delicious, solid forms, AKA fruits and veggies, right? So again, it's understanding, what do they do for you, right? Why am I going to eat it, right? Everything has its own particular role. So why do I eat fruits? I eat fruits because fruits provide you with ATP energy. So you eat fruits when you need energy. Vegetables, especially like leafy greens, they help you with digestion and processing, right? So that's why you basically eat those, right? So when should you eat fruits? Remember I told you, knowing what your body requires at any given time and knowing what the foods that you ingest do for you. So when should you be eating fruits? When you need energy. When should you be eating sugars? When you need energy. What's that bad C word? Carbohydrates? Dun, dun, dun. Remember when you just said or whatever like that certain foods are bad? No.
That's right.
It's understanding what are their purpose. What are carbohydrates good for? It's good for more lasting energy as opposed to fruits which give you quicker energy. But if you don't need the energy, then you know what the body's going to do? It's going to store it either as sometimes resting blood sugar. People, pay attention to that. Or, what's that F word called? I'm not going to say it.
We're all thinking it.
Yeah.
Right.
It's going to store as that bad 3-letter F word, as fat.
Yeah.
Okay? So again, it's just basically being aware. And it's not rocket science, right? It's being aware. You don't have to be fully informed, fully educated, but it's about being aware. What do you like? And finding out about, what does this do for me? What does this do for me? What does this do for me? I want to have that piece of birthday cake. Hey, that's your mom's special birthday cake. Don't deny yourself, but know that that is energy. So when should you eat that birthday cake? Not at nighttime or after dinner. No, you're going to eat it when you need some energy. You're going out for a walk, you're going out for a run, you're going out for whatever. You have the whole day ahead of you to walk it off, to jump it off. No problem. So I'm not telling you to stop basically eating certain things. I'm telling you to be a little bit more aware.
Truth of
Right.
the matter is, that is very high level awareness, because as long as you know what food is for what purpose, then the conscience is clear.
Right.
Then you can actually plan, okay, I'm fine eating this because I'm going to do this afterwards.
Right.
So it's not, if I can rephrase what you said, it's not about denying yourself whatever you might want, but it's to understand if this food will serve you
At that given
at
time.
that given time. If it won't, then you know that you don't need it at that time.
Exactly. Because for every action, there's an opposite and equal reaction. And it's just about making a little bit more of an informed decision. So again, that particular cake, right, or that particular bread that your mom loves, that your mom has made for you, like since you were small, and that's something that's a go-to for you because you know what, every now and then, hey, once a year I have to have that. No problem. You know what? Don't change it, right? Again, just have it at a more apt time. Or let's say, for instance, you want to have it a little bit more frequently, then you know what you can do, right? You can increase the health and decrease the guilt. So with the cake or whatever like that, as opposed to using refined sugars, use more natural sugars. As opposed to using refined flour, right? Use more whole grains. Now, will it taste exactly like whatever? But you know what? For every action, there's an opposite and equal reaction.